Are you ready to unlock growth, build resilience, and confidently take the next step in leadership, career, and faith? Welcome to The Next Move. I'm Orvin Kimbrough, a CEO, author, and leader with a passion for helping people and organizations thrive. My journey from foster care to CEO has fueled my mission to help professionals scale their confidence, leadership, and influence through mindset shifts, expanded networks, and bold action. Each week, I'll share reflections ripped straight from my blog to inspire and empower you with actionable insights. Let's get started and make your next move your best move. Welcome back to The Next Move, the podcast where we explore faith, leadership, and personal growth to help you take your next step with purpose and confidence. Folks, I'm your host, Orvin Kimbrough. I am so grateful you are here today. I want to talk about something that's been sitting with me for a while. And I mean, really sitting. I've watched it unfold in conversations and meetings and moments that seem small but carry a quiet weight. And if I'm really honest, I've had to confront it in myself too. It's this. What happens when leadership becomes more about performance than purpose? I hope you caught that. What happens when insecurity takes the wheel but dresses itself up as certainty? So, in this episode, I want to walk you through 5 leadership traits I've seen show up again and again across teams, across sectors, across seasons. Traits that seem like strength, but at their core often reveal fear, fragility, and a longing to belong. There's a leadership pattern I've seen in multiple places. You've probably seen it too. It's when someone speaks with absolute authority on a topic they haven't really explored. Now, I'm not talking about confidence that's earned. I'm talking about posturing, declarations dressed as expertise, not questions, not curiosity, but here is what we need to do, even when they just learned about the issue an hour ago. They have a point of view, they have a perspective. And here's the kicker: it's not rooted in strength, it's rooted in discomfort. The discomfort with saying, I don't know. But real leadership, it begins in the place where we can say, I don't know, but I'm open to learning. I'm listening. I'm growing. Scripture says it like this: let the wise listen and add to their learning, and let the discerning get guidance. That's in Proverbs. That kind of posture is powerful. It creates trust. It builds safety, and it unlocks real collective wisdom. Here's another one I've seen over and over, sometimes unintentionally, sometimes blatantly. Leaders tend to pour into people who reflect them. People who came up through the same pipeline, speak the same language, think the same way. And slowly but surely, others get left behind. Now, don't get me wrong, it's human. Folks, it's human to lean into the familiar. But when it becomes a pattern, it creates a quiet caste system inside the organization. Some folks get seen as the real deal, while others become the second string. But leadership isn't about exclusivity, it's about elevation. Yes, different roles have different responsibilities, but different doesn't mean less than. The real job of leadership, catch this, is to make stars of others. The real job of leadership is to make stars of others, not to be the only scorer on the court. I hope you caught that one too. The best leaders I've worked with, the best leaders that I've worked with throughout my entire career, they unify people. They help everyone understand their role. They help everyone understand their value and how the puzzle fits together, because no one rises alone. We rise with a supporting cast. We rise with a supporting cast. We rise with a supporting cast. Let's talk about control. I've been guilty of this one myself. When a leader struggles with ambiguity, they often start reaching for certainty the minute an idea enters the room. Even if we're just in brainstorm mode, even if nothing's final, they start trying to lock it down. I once saw a planning session turn sideways because someone wanted to make sure they stayed at the center of the final outcome. And when they didn't get that center role, the disappointment, well, it was palpable. But here's the truth. Leadership is not about making sure every idea revolves around you. It's about contributing, it's about building trust and letting go of outcomes for the good of the mission. Sometimes, folks, sometimes we confuse strategy with stage direction. We're not strategizing, we're auditioning. And when we don't get cast in the role we want, we shut down. But the most effective leaders don't control outcomes, they release them. They trust the team, they trust the process. You have to trust the team, you have to trust the process. This one is hard to talk about, this next one. So I've talked about three issues so far, but this next one, uh, uh, we need to talk about it. Every organization goes through realignment. Things shift, structures change, but some leaders see these moments not as opportunities to collaborate, but as a chance to compete. They start shrinking others just to make more room for themselves. They frame it like this: give me more responsibility. I'll do better than they will. But that's not leadership. That's survivalism wrapped in strategy. Real leadership says, I'll do well, I'll do my job well, I'll add value, I'll build others up, and if more responsibility comes, guess what? I'll be ready. I've always said, I'm not afraid of someone wanting my job. I actually welcome it, but do it the right way. Make yourself invaluable. Be the kind of leader others want to follow, not just the one who wants the title. Now, now let's talk politics. Not government politics, but workplace politics. There's a difference between aligning people around a shared mission and aligning them around you. Some leaders don't collaborate, they campaign, they whisper suggestions to decision makers, they manufacture consensus, and everyone around them starts to feel like they're not part of the mission, but part of a strategy that's not fully transparent. It's not alignment, it's maneuvering. And the thing is, even when the ideas are good, the intent, folks, the intent feels muddy. People start wondering, is this really about the organization or about someone's platform? And once people start questioning your motives, trust erodes. Leadership influence, leadership influence has to come from clarity and integrity, not from control, not from control behind the scenes. When I reflect on all of these traits, all of these issues, here's what I think about. Here's what I think is missing at the core: authenticity over authority. People don't want perfect. People don't want perfect. They want real. Servanthood over self promotion. Leadership is a gift, not a trophy. Vision for the collective, not just personal gain. Great leaders bring others along. Emotional maturity, the ability to sit in tension without reaching, the ability to sit in tension without reaching. A kingdom mindset, not empire building, but seed planting, investing in people you may never see bloom. Working inside any organization isn't about capturing industry. It's not about capturing territory. It's not war. It's stewardship. We're here to build. We're here to elevate. We're here to contribute. And I'm still learning to lead that way. I'm still learning to lead that way. Open hands, clear eyes, anchored heart. Scripture reminds us, do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves. That's found in Philippians. That's the standard. Not perfection, but purpose. Not control, but contribution. Because when that becomes our shared posture, we don't just build better businesses, we build better people. Thanks for tuning in to The Next Move. Folks, if this episode resonated with you in any way, share it with someone who leads or someone who will. And if you haven't yet subscribed, so you don't miss the next episode, until next time, I'm Orvin Kimbrough, reminding you your next move matters. Make it with purpose. Thanks. Thank you for tuning in to The Next Move. I hope today's reflection inspired you to take the next step in your leadership, career, or faith journey. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might need a little encouragement this week. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you'd like more reflections or resources, visit orvinkimbrough.com or theaccidentalbanker.com. Until next time, remember, every step you take brings you closer to thriving. Let's keep moving forward together.